Hello, Catamounts. My name is Alex Hoffman, and this is Chats with Cats Senior Sendoff Edition. In this mini-series, I will be interviewing some of our seniors from the men's basketball team. Today's guests are Russell Jones Jr. and Trey Jackson. How are you guys?
Doing
What's
great.
up, Alex? How are you?
I'm doing great. So we'll go ahead and jump into the questions. So go ahead and please introduce yourselves and tell us about your positions for the team this season.
I'm Trey Jackson, and I was a guard this season and got all the buckets and do all the other things as a guard. So
I'm Russell Jones Jr. and I play guard as well. And it was just my job and role was just to lead, put the ball in the basket, make plays, and just guard.
So, as listeners may have heard before, the two of you have a history together, having known each other since elementary school. So, how has it been the last 2 years getting to play alongside each other again?
it's been great. We play AAU and stuff together. So coming here, it was kind of the same type feel and same type team that we had during AAU as well, just not the same personnel. But just playing together with Russ, we know each other. Like we got that chemistry. So playing on the court, it's just knowing that I can come down and get a bucket, and then he can come down and get a bucket as well. So, it was fun, having that confidence to go out there and just hoop at any time, and is knowing that they got that trust in you and the coaches got that trust in you as well.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what Trey said, like, we playing together since we was 7, 8 years old. So, like, it really, the only thing that really changed was the stage. You play in college, it's a bigger stage. It's more, I wouldn't say pressure because basketball isn't pressure, basketball is a game. But it was more just everything was bigger. The magnifying glass was bigger. So it was fun to play on the stage with my brother from elementary school. You know what I'm saying? It was just a blessing. And glad we got to play our final 2 years here.
Facts.
And getting to score your 1,000th point together, too.
Yeah,
both
that
of
was
you.
It's
good.
a blessing too. Oh yeah.
Pretty cool. So, what made our team different over this past season, would you say, than other SoCon schools? Because I know since you've been in Southern Conference 2 years, you've probably been able to kind of observe how the other teams operate a little bit as you play them. What would you say makes us different?
I would say what made us different was we had, like, a lot of teams have a dog mentality, but like we really embraced that. Obviously, Western is a great university, but we don't get the same amount of recognition as some of the other universities, the Furmans, Sanford, the private schools. You know what I'm saying? And we embraced that. We got it out the mud, and we wanted to play every game and play every team like it was our last. And we wanted to show everybody, like, Western is one of the best universities in the SoCon, and we need to get our respect. And I felt like every game, every practice, we went that way. And we, like I said, other schools get more recognition than us, and I feel like it's all political, but all we can do is put our head down and work, and that's what we did these 2 years, to get the program back to a respectable place where people know Western Carolina is a good basketball program.
Yeah, same what he's saying. Like, we all play with that chip on our shoulder. We all have something to prove, but it's not necessarily proving it for everybody else. It's proving it, like, to ourselves that we can go out there and hoop. We know the type of players that we are, the level that we can play on and everything too. The level that we have played on and the players that we've played against and all that other stuff too. So just not necessarily playing for other people's opinions and then all that other stuff, but just more just playing, just knowing that God gave us those abilities to go out there and hoop and just be the best players that we can be. So that's the difference. And then our culture as well, the coaches instilled that culture in us, and a lot of teams don't have that same culture aspect going into a team. Like, they didn't really instill that into their players, so we kind of brought, the coaches kind of put that into us, and then we embraced it, and then we kept going.
Yeah. One thing that I've kind of noticed too is even if we aren't having like a great game, like we end up losing by the end, you guys never stop like putting all of your energy into the game, and some teams will just kind of get lazy if they're losing towards the end and they're just give up, but like that's something that we never see from the Catamount.
Yeah, it's that next play mentality. You just can't let the little stuff get to you. Like, you gotta keep going, and then that everything is not gonna be always going good. So you just gotta put that to the side and go on to the next, and then that's what we really embrace, is having that next play mentality for real.
Especially like we dropped a couple games this year, and we was next game, next day of prep, next day of practice. How can we get better? When you're a college basketball player, you gotta understand, like, nobody really goes undefeated. Like, shout out to Don Staley and the Gamecock women's basketball team, undefeated season. You know what I'm saying? haven't been done a lot. But you know, losses come with the game, and you can't really take them as really losses. You can take them as lessons. You know, because if we lose this game, but we got better, is it really a loss? You know, everything is for you to get better, for you to learn how to be better, learn from your mistakes. So that's what we took losses as this year's mistakes and something that we can learn from and get better from and be better out the next time.
Yeah, I've noticed the social media every time that if we would lose, it would always just be on to the next, and that echoes what you guys were talking about. So my next question is something that I've been really interested to hear about for the last couple weeks. So after 5 seasons of college basketball, I'd say you have a pretty good understanding of coaches. What do you think Catamount Nation has to look forward to with Coach Tim Kraft looking to continue the foundation of what's being built here?
I think he's going to do a great job. He did a good job at Gardner Webb as well, so I feel like he's going to come in and bring probably put him on back on top eventually. So, you know, it's all a process with college basketball. You know, with everything going on, we got the transfer portal, we got all this other stuff going on too. So, the coaches is really going to be big on how they instill their culture or whatever they got going on for a college program. And then, I feel like Tim Kraft will do a good job while he's here.
I think Coach Tim Kraft will do a great job here as well. You know, I was able to play against him all 5 years of my college experience. I played him 3 years at Winthrop, twice every year, and then I played him 2 times here at Western. And you know, every time we had battles. In my first 2 Winthrop teams, we went to the NCAA tournament. We was the best team in the conference. You know, 1 seed, won the championship. But every time we played Gardner Webb, it was like we either beat them by 1 point or we never blew them out. It was close games the whole way, and that was a testament to his coaching and his players. Gardner Webb was a tough place for him. Obviously, it's a tough place to recruit. And so for him to just have teams that were competitive and teams that would play hard and compete the right way, you know, that's a testament to him and his staff. And I feel like he'll bring that here to Western to be able to continue on what Coach Gray started, getting this program back to being respected and well known. And Coach Gray did a great job of getting the program back, and I think Coach Kraft will do a great job of continuing what we started to be able to just bring this program to another level and get that SoCon championship, get back to the NCAA tournament. This is a great program, and we believe that. But if any donors or alumni is watching, you know, we gotta help. We gotta help Coach Kraft. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know, NIL is a big thing nowadays, and you know, a lot of schools in the SoCon has it. And I don't necessarily know the numbers behind that NIL, but I know a lot of players have been getting paid, and you know, I think that's something that Western that we can bring to Western. I know the AD, Mr. Alex Gary and Coach Tim Kraft will work hard on that. But we need everybody, donors, alumni, anybody, any former students who, you know, can donate and pitch into the NIL collective. Like I think we can get that going, and that would be another way to put Western over the top, you know, giving us an NIL collective. So that was my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of drive to be able to continue. I was lucky enough to go to his press conference, and I saw you guys there, but he mentioned how he noticed and he sees the foundation that Coach Gray built and getting us seen again, and he wants to just keep building from it. It's not like he wants to start over or something, which is really good.
Yeah.
What would you say is one game from this past season that each of you will remember most fondly?
I would say for me, I can't really just pinpoint one game because we had a lot of great games. You know, out of the 22 wins, you know, it was a lot of great wins. You know, I can think of Vanderbilt and Notre Dame knocking off 2 Power Fives. I can think of the VMI game, 1,000 points, senior day, beating ETSU at home, beating Furman on ESPNU. Even though we didn't win the Sanford game, 5,000 students, 5,000 fans in the arena. It was, I can't just pinpoint one game because there's been so many great games that we had this season. So many fun games. The game was just fun this year. You know, we never played with pressure on our back. We just went out there and wanted to play the game that we love and that God blessed us to play. You know, it's a testament to God. It's a testament to our work, testament to Coach Gray and his staff. You know, it was just a great year. And I felt like we were able to do some great things. Ultimately, we came up short. But, you know, like I said, the accumulation of all the games that we won, even the games that we lost, you know, the basketball was fun this season. I feel like, and I hope that we was able to bring a show to Color-Win that people wanted to watch and people enjoyed.
Yeah, I'll say the same. I cherish every game I ever play because it's a privilege to play college basketball as well. You know, everybody don't have the opportunity to go to that next level and play on the next level and stuff like that. So you got to cherish every moment And then the real joy comes in the process as well, like off the court, like when you, even not off the court, but off the game setting, when you working on your game, when you're in the gym, when people not watching, when the camera's not on and all that stuff too. So that's really my moments that I love the most, when I'm in the gym, in that solitude area where I'm just having my mind free, working on my game and knowing that I can get better. And then it translates to the game as well, because that love for the game, and when you respect the game will respect you back. So I feel like every game was fun for me. You know, just being able to play with Russ again for our college careers and everything too. You know, because it's that same AAU feel we had when we was playing AAU growing up and all that stuff too. So, you know, every game was cherishable.
Yeah, all of you guys are always so happy and having fun before the games and
Always.
after and during halftime, and it's just, I think that's something also that sets us apart from a lot of schools, because everyone else looks so intense, and then you guys are just having fun.
Yeah, I think that's the testament of the guys we had in the locker room. You know, we probably had one of the closest locker rooms in the country in terms of just the brotherhood that we had. You know, how close we was with the staff as well. Like, our coaches never put any pressure on us. Like, and Coach Gray was adamant. All the coaches was adamant. They was adamant about us just having fun. You know, at the end of the day, it's a game. The game that we all fell in love with at 2, 3 years old. You know, when it was really, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't nothing, it wasn't business back then. It was just fun. You know, and so they kind of took the business aspect out of it and just let us enjoy the game. You know, we was locked in for sure. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, but it was a great year, and it was, you know, no game where we felt pressure. We went out there, and if the ball didn't bounce our way, it just wasn't meant for us to win that game. It was just, that wasn't in God's plan. You know, that's how I take it. And so it was just, you know, a great year, and the game is fun, man. That's what it's meant to be. So don't put too much pressure on it. It's meant to be fun.
You gotta have fun with it.
For sure. What is one thing you'd like to say to Catamount Nation after your time here at WCU?
I loved it. I appreciate it and everything too. You know, coming from Iowa State, it's a whole different feel, but just coming here is like, it's more of a family feel. Iowa State is bigger and all that stuff too, but it's still the same. You know, coming here at Western, it's still basketball. The fans showed up for us as we were making that run this season and everything too, last year as well, you know. And then just playing at Western, it was fun being in the mountains and having that feel up here. So I appreciate y'all, and y'all keep bringing it for the next years to come.
Yeah, love y'all, Catamount Nation. At the end of this season, I was like, man, I wish I had another year of eligibility, because it was just a fun ride being here. You know, being able to embrace the culture, embrace the mountains, embrace the town. You know, I feel like Cullowhee is a great place, you know, for people, and I feel like it's a family-filled atmosphere, not just at the school, but in the whole town. It was a great opportunity. Shout out to Coach Gray for it. It was a great atmosphere. And like Trey said, I enjoyed playing in front of you guys. You know, this place will always hold a special place in my heart. Hopefully we'll be back, you know, in about 20 years for our coaching careers and things like that. But, you know, you can't think about that now. You got to take it day by day. But it was just a great time, and hopefully we made y'all proud. And hopefully Coach Tim Craft and his staff and his players can continue the process forward of just making this a basketball town, making this a basketball school, you know, on top of all the other great sports, football, soccer, softball, track, tennis, you know, volleyball. Shout out to everybody, you know. Hopefully we can just make this not just a basketball school, an athletic school. And, you know, soccer started off with the championship this year, and hopefully all the other programs can follow, and we can just make y'all proud.
That's facts.
I'm hoping to see a lot more of that momentum from all of our teams. We've had a lot of good seasons from our sports this year, and hoping to just keep seeing that snowball, even with coaching changes and all that. So I have my fun question that I like to do. Last time it was about music. This time it is about one thing outside of athletics you could just talk for hours about. Like, what's something that fires you up outside of basketball?
I'll go back to music. Yeah, I listen to a whole bunch of music. I'll say music, and also just life in general, just the positive side of how you can change your mindset and all that stuff too. I can go on about that all the time. I read a lot of books as well, so just different things like that. Just being in nature and all that stuff as well. So just rambling on about how you can better your life individually, and how you can also just have a positive mindset while going through this thing as well. So, because you go through a lot of trials and tribulations, so, and then God as well. I can go on about that as well. So just those things, you know, it's fun. Like, I'm gonna go back to music. I listen to all types of stuff, and then if somebody wanted to talk about different types of genres of music and all that stuff, I can go on about that too. So yeah, that's just the main things for me. And then basketball is really what I talk about all the time and have on my mind. So outside of that, I'll say music, God, life, and just our purpose.
Yeah, I'm like Trey said. I enjoy talking about God, talking about the Lord. I enjoy just talking about life. Like I'm a big athletics guy as well. So if I'm not talking about basketball, I'm talking about football. Or I'm talking about maybe a little bit of baseball, but football and basketball are my main sports that I really dive into. You know, I mean, I've been playing sports my whole life, so I can't see myself doing anything else. But just talking about life as well, talking about, you know, I have a lot of good conversations with my shorty, have a lot of good conversations with my homeboys, my homegirls, like just talking about life, talking about what we want to do, talking about what we thinking, you know, conversations that, you know, you might not even think people have, we be having them. And so, you know, I can't really say everything we talk about because some of it not G-rated, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's just a lot, like, I just enjoying life. You know, like you only live on Earth once. Obviously, hopefully everybody's goal is to, you know, ascend into heaven. But, you know, you only live life on Earth once, so it's good to enjoy it. It's good to be around good people. You know, that was my passionate. Like, I love going back home with my family, cousins, mom, dad, sisters, you know, and just sitting around the couch or, you know, it's a lot of stuff you don't have to do that involves money. You could just enjoy people's company, going on hikes, going out, you know, whether it be going to the movies, like, they enjoy everything like that. So it's not just one thing I enjoy talking about, but it's like having a passion for life, like just enjoying life and doing the right thing like that. I'm big on that, so, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say the same, like, because I'm a big listener, so if anybody got something they want to talk about or anything, I like to just listen and pick people's brains and everything too, and not really I don't have any judgment over anybody's opinions or anything, or I don't judge other things, so I just sit there and just listen because we all going through this whole life and this whole energy as well. So, you know, it's fun just living in general.
Yeah, for sure. So I have one question that I've also wanted to ask that isn't on the questions I sent you. I did this in my other episode of Senior Sendoff. So I know that the two of you are roommates. So is there any one like big memory? Are there any like really stick out memories from being roommates?
Shoot, I ain't even gonna say, like I said, we've been locked in from second grade, so like everything we do now, we probably been doing since we was 7, 8 years old. So like it's really like the brotherhood for real. Like ain't gonna lie, living smooth, like, cause there'll be days where I just hop on the grill, be like, what y'all want to steak, everything like grilling. We got this little 2K league we create like every summer, every year, and they always happen around the same time, no matter when. Like we'll just hop on 2K, create a league, create your players, and like we'll put like, I'll be on the team, he'll be on the team, Caleb will be on the team, DJ got a team, Via have a team, and we just play, like literally just play, and that's something like, we 22 years old, but like that's something you'll never, we get older, we might still do that, you know what I'm saying? So just the brotherhood of it, you know, just how all our house, we tell all our teammates, like, the door always open. Like every night, I can count on at least two of them boys being downstairs in the common area. We just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Like these are times you'll remember the rest of your life, just hanging out with your homeboys, hanging out with your homegirls. Like just the feel of the house. Like man, it's crazy. Like having the open door policy, everybody know they can come through. And so just having that, like that's something I'll probably remember the rest of our lives. Like for real.
I'll say the same. The same. You know, I blast music all the time too, so. My speaker's always on, so I'm in there just playing whatever I have shuffled on my playlist too. So we just in there vibing, and then that's really just what it is, the vibes that we have in there too. So it's always good vibes, always good energy, always good talk going on, always good communication. Talk about basketball, talk about anything, talk about girls, talk about life, talk about family, just anything that's going on with your situations, and we just be in there just having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Yeah, I hadn't really like considered when asking that question for you guys. You guys have known each other so long. You've already been doing everything, but still pretty cool. But that is it for today's episode of Chats with Cat Senior Sendoff. Thank you guys for coming in the studio again today.
Appreciate you for having us.
Yeah, of course.
Always a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Alex, man, the man with the plan.
Thanks.
Everybody get on here, man. Shout out to Jay Gore. Shout out to Jay Gray. Shout out everybody, man. We out.
thanks for the shout out to everybody. We'll see you next time, and go Cats.
Yes, sir.